Hello, Dragon Mothers. It's Mjolnir Monday, April 15th. I'm Sexy Thor, and it's time for your weekly thunder. So, I always say, and by always I mean starting this year, that WrestleMania never truly ends until after Raw and SmackDown are over that following week. Well, it's pretty much the same thing. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder retain the Raw Tag Team Championships, which I think I said this last week for Weekly Thunder, but that would make this, let me think. Oh yeah, 2 and 269 for Kurt Hawkins. So hey, good for him. Oh yeah, over in 205, Tony Nese retained yet again against Buddy Murphy. So next week, actually, maybe in 2 weeks, Buddy Murphy is going to be facing Velveteen Dream over in NXT for the North American Championship, so that's pretty neat. But one new change that did happen in the network TV shows is that the Hardy Boys, you know damn well who the Hardy Boys are now your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So again, that means everybody's shirt that I wore last Sunday for WrestleMania are victors. Ha 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 ha. That's that sexy Thor t-shirt ordering magic right there. Also, on TV, it was a little weird. It was advertised Dean Ambrose's final match in the WWE, which is true because he's leaving. And it was more like before the bell even rang, Bobby Lashley said something weird about his wife that when he's gone, he'll take care of her. BT dubs. His wife is Renee Young, the commentator for Monday Night Raw. And CA said he was going to take care of her, which she was just like, what the fuck? And he was like, what the fuck? And then started beating the crap out of Bobby, and then Bobby beat the crap out of him and slammed him on a table that definitely didn't break. And that was that for TV. And then afterwards, when Seth Rollins was done with his botched winner take all match against Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship, which was interrupted by the Bar, and then Seth and Kofi tagged against the Bar and won. After the camera stopped rolling there, he had some words to say, and he brought out Roman and Dean as a way to, give Dean a proper send off the Shield way, which they did. So, but that wasn't seen on TV. It can only be found on the WWE's website or their YouTube channel. Also coming this week is the Superstar Shakeup, where all the different superstars will be learning if they'll be going to Raw or SmackDown or staying wherever they're at. So I'll have plenty to talk about there next week. Going on with Avengers news, the Endgame cast, or at least, a good bit of the members, all of them survivors, have been on Jimmy Kimmel Live each of the past Monday through Thursday this past week. So if you haven't seen it, you can find all the interviews on Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube page. And also, you can find their funny skit that played on Monday's episode where certain members of the Avengers cast read this storybook version of Infinity War, and you just got to check it out. It's fucking hilarious. In fact, you should have already checked it out because I posted it to the Thunder Talk Facebook page, so you probably have already seen it. And if you haven't, well, I guess that's your problem. Also, the Disney Plus app was super unveiled now, and it was said to be $6.99 a month and coming November, I think the 15th. But they announced officially that the Scarlet Witch Vision TV show, which will have Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, will be called WandaVision, which that's a pretty neat title. It'll be, and then there'll be The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, starring Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan, and it's literally just called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, it's not WandaVision, but it sounds like it'll be cool. And then there'll be a show about Loki through the ages called Loki. Again, WandaVision's pretty much the most creative title that they have, but all of these shows sound fucking awesome. and Tom Hiddleston will be back as my brother. And then not announced officially in the Disney Plus thing, but released earlier this week, is that there'll be a Hawkeye series starring Jeremy Renner. So, I mean, there, he made up for not being in Infinity War, I guess. Yeah. Also, there'll be the Cassian Andor TV show based on, or it will be about, Diego Luna's character from Rogue One. And I believe Alan Tudyk will be back as K2SO. Wow, I can't believe I remembered K2SO's name. I haven't thought about him in such a long time since the last time I saw Rogue One. But hey, yeah, go me. Also, The Mandalorian. I mean, we all already know that's a thing. Also, Star Wars Celebration was this past weekend. And sure enough, as expected, a title and trailer for Episode 9 has been released. It's called Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, which is a pretty funny title for what's going to be the last movie in the Skywalker saga, but there you go. There's a trailer featuring Rey dodging Kylo's TIE Interceptor. Whether or not they're training, you can argue with Nerdist and Lightning Lad about. And there's the remains of a Death Star 2. There's Rey and General Leia hugging, which brings all the feels to everybody. And of course, a laugh. Palpatine's laugh. For more on that, check out the new episode of Nerd Bliss coming up, I guess, next weekend, because I jumped back on and we talked Star Wars and we talked. I guess I might as well do my review now because I want to review this movie that I was told to see yesterday called The Black Hole. It's a 1979 sci-fi film from Disney because it was Disney trying to make that Star Wars buck a couple years after it was released and about a year before Empire came out. And my review is, what the fuck did I just see? Also, Respawn announced the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Well, they didn't really announce it because it was already announced last summer at E3, but they released a full CG trailer and it looks pretty cool. It's going to take place like right after Order 66 pretty much, I guess, or at least not too far past that. But yeah, it's coming November as well, so save your money for Disney Plus and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And also, once you're done with that, make sure you've got more money saved because I'm sure around that time Monday Night Football will be premiering the super official trailer for Rise of Skywalker, and then tickets will go on sale like 30 seconds later, and you'll be sitting on Fandango all night trying to buy tickets. The kids still use Fandango, right? Oh, and another thing, Game of Thrones came back last night as of post day, like an hour ago as of me recording this. Also was the premiere of the Worlds Collide, which is a new, I guess, in-ring TV show where it just has superstars from the main rosters of Raw, SmackDown. We're back to WWE, by the way. Raw, SmackDown Live, 205 Live, uh, going up against people in NXT and NXT UK. And it was originally a Worlds Collide special that came out in February, which was a tournament between NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live. That's where Velveteen Dream won his title opportunity that he used on Johnny Gargano to win the North American Championship, to which he is still the North American Champion today, so that worked out well for him, but now it's a whole series. It won't be a tournament for a title opportunity, at least not at first, I don't think. But, just a fun little thing for the smaller brands to go up against people who might not get, Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair amount of time on TV on the USA Network brands. And it started off with Cassius Ohno defeating in English, which this was his first competition in about 5 months in the ring because he's been on 205 Live as a commentator, and before that he was getting his ass beat by Rusev as the Rusev Day team pretty much broke up. or he was estranged from the Rusev Day team because I guess Lana's in there, and now Rusev is doing whatever he's doing with Shinsuke Nakamura. Luke Harper, former member of the Wyatt family and Rowan's partner in the Jin Brothers tag team, which I guess I'm hoping, especially since it sounds like Daniel Bryan might be out for a while, that the Bludgeon Brothers will reform back together because they were sick. But he came back and he defeated Dominic Dijakovic. Man, I can't believe I said that correctly now. Also, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era defeated Alexander Wolf and Killian Dane of Sanity. And then they tried beating up on old Killian Dane, and then the third member of Sanity, Eric Young, came in and showed them who's boss. And then Tyler Breeze defeated the other member of Undisputed Era, who's not Adam Cole, Roderick Strong. And which is great because Tyler Breeze doesn't get much TV time, and when he does, he gets even less winning time. So, congratulations to Mr. Breeze. And that's your weekly thunder for April 15th. I'm Sexy Thor, and remember to drink, fight, and read War of the Realms #2 this Wednesday.